I'm going to work to show a bra top here. So I'm again working with my contour, slopers, and the very first thing that I want to draw dump my French card real quick. Is I'm going to draw a shape up and around this bust mound here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to drop the armhole an inch. Again, I'm talking full scale sloper. So I'll give this a 1/2 inch here. And then full scale sloper, you would want to bring this in a 1/2 inch, and that's from our shaded line because we are working with the contour sloper. So I'm going to just mark it in by a 1/4 inch. And that's just at the top, so it's just kind of forming a T-bone here. And then this will end up coming back to 0 with the side seam. But first we want to find the side seam length for a bra top, which is 2 inches on a full scale sloper. So I'm going to give us an inch here, just mark that. And then from that T-bone to the side seam, go ahead and draft your new side seam for a bra top. So this allows a nice fit at top without giving you any, you know, I hate to say it, but body rolls here. No one wants any back fat. So it allows for the perfect fit. So that gives us a great core here to then shape up into the bust mound. Let's use a different one. And then from here, this is really dependent on what you want, but let's just go ahead. I'm going to just bring it down almost exactly to this contouring shape carrot that we have here. So again, just working around the bust mound. I'm going to give it some shape, and then because I want it to remain squared at the front, I'm going to give it a dip. Kind of same here. This would be maybe if I wanted a more narrow clasp or something gathered at the front. And again, from the bust mound to this point, giving us that 2 inch long side seam. And then for the back, we've got our 2 inches here, so we know that this is going to walk out. Just throw a couple notches there so we remember. And again, it's an inch from the armhole. So 1 inch down, 2 inches in length, and 1/2 inch inward. So the next thing we want to do is form the back body here. So you can square it out from the center back to this point here. And then this has no particular measurement, but let's just say maybe an inch is fair. And curve it from this point down. So then you've got a very nice back strap. The next thing to note here is just strap length. So again, it's squared from center, but it's coming from your updated shoulder dart point. So whatever this line measures plus what we've got here. So we want to come to this middle point and to the mid shoulder from that updated shoulder dip from the contour sloper. So for strap length, you'll measure front, back, and then add 3 inches just so that you can add an adjuster. Just make a note here. Strap length. Okay. Cool, now comes the fun part. Okay, so the back is pretty straightforward. You can number these if it does help you, but side seam should be a pretty good giveaway. Okay, so again, just a reminder, we truly want to be working with the contour, so I'm going to eliminate the shadowed portion. And then to make this one piece, I'm taping this together with a dart. So this is your back. And then again, strap will be totally separate. And that can be something that's purchased as a notion, or it could be cut depending on whatever style variation you desire. Okay, so there's the back. Another thing to mention here is full scale sloper. You'd want to take about 3/4 of an inch off from here. And what that would allow is room for clasp. So typical like standard bra clasp here, if you were planning to use that as your method as closure, take off that 3/4 inch here. Just so again, like you have the perfect fit and it makes it completely adjustable. But now for the fun stuff is the front of the bra. So you've got a couple options and I'll show you both. So I'm not going to tape anything down because I want to show you a little bit of options for different cuts. And this could absolutely be played with. And I know before when we were drawing, these are just for strap length reference, so once you're done with that, you don't need them. Before we were drawing, I was talking about, yes, our contour sloper involves all of these markings, but each one of those markings is used for something different entirely. So I'm going to show you a bra top that's horizontal, and then I'll show you vertical. And for horizontal, I'm going to go ahead and draw one more line across. I'm going to create my midpoint here and draw it from apex. So if I were to have a completely horizontal cut, I'll just divide it. I would eliminate this here. So then that would allow the shaping over the bust to be exactly what we wanted. But you don't want any break or any dart that you have to put in here. So we want to keep this truly just one horizontal sewing line across. So what your pattern piece would look like, okay, I'll throw a little piece of tape here for a moment. This is what your pattern piece would look like. So you'd want to just add some notches so you know where to meet it back up. But essentially you've got bra top and your bra top bottom. And I mean, there's even designs out there that may have a solid top, and you can shift this around if you wanted to make this like a little lesser length on top and then keep a vertical line at the bottom. But now I'm going to show you, in order to keep, we're just going to kind of tape this back together and show you two pieces in the opposite direction. So just pretend like I've never cut that. We're coming for this top dart here. So vertical cut, you've got a piece here. And you've got a piece here. And in order to get the contour fit, just eliminate that shaded line from our contour sloper, and that gives you a bra top that you would sew just down the center in a vertical way. So pretty straightforward. You absolutely want to be sure that you're lining your cups here, so always plan for that when you're thinking about the fabric you need and how many pieces to cut. But really cool divide, and those are the two tops that I would focus on today, but just know that there are many more options out there.